Hello, this is Rev Dore Patlian teaching the science of mind from Sarasota, Florida. Today, the law of attraction. You know, the science of mind teaches that you create your reality with your thinking. We do not subscribe to the common belief that reality exists outside of us. Change your thinking, change your life is our slogan and byword. If you think about it, your thoughts are you. You think, therefore you are. Without thought, there's no sentient life. To exist is to think. Therefore, what you think is who and what you are. Of course, the physical universe exists around you, but your experience of it is totally your choice. You choose the characters to bring into your play of life, and you write the script. You choose an abundant state of mind or a poverty consciousness. You choose to see plenty all around you, or you may choose to live in a state of lack and limitation. You're in control of your mind. Your mind is the mind of God in microcosm. Therefore, you are in control of your life. You just may not know it. This is such a self-evident truth that you'd think that no one would need to tell us this or teach it or even discuss it. What else could there be to life than thought? Where does the ability to think come from, and how is our personal world created? Strange as it may seem to some, most people believe that their world is a product of their luck, their fortune, their color, their religion, their upbringing. They seem to think that their world comes from outside, is imposed on them against their will or wish. In Science of Mind, we know that this is not the case. We know that we create our personal reality and everything in it with our thinking. And not every little thought, but our dominant stream of thought. If we are a sunny, happy person who generally finds the best in any situation, and we will attract that same type of person to us and create a bright, sunny, generally happy world to live in. Conversely, if we spend our lives on the defensive, trying to avoid being hurt, seeking to avoid a myriad of imagined disasters, always on the lookout for dishonesty, discrimination, and illness, we'll surely find just what we are focusing on. You always find what you seek. You get what you focus your thought on, negative or positive. The law of mind action works either way. You see, it's not the occasional moment of sadness or fear that creates our world. We do not have to become mindless Pollyannas. As a matter of fact, we don't advocate that at all. We've all had times when stuff that we've created gets us into effect rather than cause. In other words, into the middle of the stuff, and we lose focus on the truth of our being. All of us have an endless choice of states of mind to enter or leave at will. This is what Jesus, the Master Teacher, meant when he told us that in my Father's house are many rooms. Some Bibles say mansions, but that's a mistranslation of the original Aramaic. If it were not so, would I not tell you? I go to prepare a place for you. By that he meant that the Christ mind that he inhabited allows us to choose any room we wish at will. What the Master Teacher is telling us is that there are many, many states of consciousness or being that we may choose to live in at any one time. It's our choice which one we enter and which one we leave behind. No one makes us feel hurt, offended, disappointed, ill, angry, or poor. We choose to live that way, and we can choose to enter rooms of prosperity, joy, health, happiness, and peace. You know, some people may say, well, I didn't choose to be poor. Well, you did because you put up with it. If you live in a country where there's no opportunity and it's very poor, put your good walking shoes on and get the heck out of there and go somewhere where you can. Even if you have to sneak across the border like our friends to the south do in the United States. I don't blame them for wanting a better life. I think our laws ought to be changed so they can get in here legally, is what I think. What we must not do is get stuck in those moments of sadness, grief, anger, or disappointment that we may experience. They're the result of our disconnection from the truth of our perfection, of God's constant and unconditional love and support. To return to our essential truth, we must return our thinking to what is good, what is fine, what is joyful, to the life we deserve and want. Unless we do this, we'll remain in a room or state of being that we do not like and do not wish to inhabit. Do not make the common mistake of blaming yourself or feeling like the alcoholic who takes a drink that you've fallen off the wagon. This is not AA or a support group. This is life, and we're all human. We all have our moments when our ego takes over and unplugs us from the power of God. Just stop yourself and have a good laugh at your ego mind's foray into the world of facts and get yourself plugged back into the truth. Do this by reading a few pages from the Science of Mind textbook or from This Thing Called Life or any of the other Dr. Holmes' wonderful works. Pick up Lessons in Truth by Emily Cady, the Basic Unity Teaching book, or Prosperity by Charles Fillmore. Read Awakened Imagination by Neville. That's a great book. Read the loving and positive passages from the Bible, particularly the words of Jesus. Get out of the appearances, which are never the truth, and into the reality of your perfection. Get into gratitude. And if you don't believe you're perfect, remember, you are the child of a perfect God, and from perfection comes only perfection. Dogs don't give birth to cats, ladies and gentlemen, and corn is not harvested from planting radishes. Like produces like. Keep that in mind. Now, gratitude is the great antidote for grief, sadness, feelings of disappointment, or failure. Look at the sky. Feel the sun on your face. Look at the sea if you are near it. Watch a child at play and watch the smile on his face or her face. All of these things are among God's greatest gifts. Get a pet if you don't have one. A dog or a cat who has adopted you can give you a connection to God through unconditional love and acceptance that you can get nowhere else. I do not think it's a coincidence the dog is God spelled backward. We are magnets that attract more of what we are into our lives. Whatever the dominant theme of our life, that's what we're going to attract. This is the real meaning of the biblical phrase, to those who have much, more will be given, and to those who have little, even the little they have shall be taken from them. No one is giving or taking from us. We are creating wealth or poverty by who we are inside, what we believe, what we think about, the words we speak, and the choices we make. Nothing more, nothing less. It really is that simple. Our mind is the mind of God in microcosm. We have the creative power of the universe at our disposal, but only if we learn and use the universal truth principles that govern the entire universe. All things in the universe begin in mind, our mind or the mind of God, or both. We work on God's behalf, and God works through us. We've been creating our reality all our lives, willy-nilly, with an undisciplined subconscious and an ignorance of how our life experience is created. Now, let's learn to do it consciously with the knowledge of God's law, which enables us to create just what we want in our lives. In other words, get out of the back seat of the automobile of your life and get in the driver's seat and take control of it. As the Bible puts it, speak and think good report of joy and abundance. That's the key to the kingdom of God. Keep your mind in a constant state of gratitude, because God is the power that enables you to do anything. Keep yourself connected to the source of all power, the God within you. Be well, live abundantly, and be joyful in all you do until we talk again. Bye-bye for now.